Hi everyone, welcome to Fall 2017. Hard to believe we're here, but I wanted to share a quick video to explain my top 5 tips for getting started with success in all of your classes this semester, whether you are teaching online or hybrid or face-to-face classes. Here are the 5 things that I do every semester to make sure that I get started on the best note possible. First thing you need to do is think about what content in your classes you want to copy over from previous semesters. D2L is wonderful for helping you not completely reinvent the wheel from one semester to the next. Anything that you have created in D2L previously, you can import very easily into this semester's sections. So for example, I am teaching a graduate class in digital and social media this semester. I taught it last semester. What I did a couple days ago was go over here to Course Admin, go to Import, Export, Copy Components. What you want to do is search for the offering that you, hang on, I'll move my screen over, search for offering that you want to copy from. I typed in 5100, that's my course number for me. Search. Okay, there we go. I chose fall of 2016 to add selected, and from there I just selected copy all components. If you don't want to just completely import everything in a class, what you need to do is go to select components, which from my experience is what most of you end up wanting to do because you inevitably want to change content, you want to change assignments, you want to change gradebooks, that's fine. From this screen right here, you can select what content you want to copy. Now be very careful with this. I have made the mistake before of copying over an entire section into the wrong section, and it is a royal pain to get that cleaned up. So just do this step with caution. Make sure you've had your caffeine that day before you begin to copy your content, but definitely think about what content you can copy over and do that to save you from recreating everything. Now, while we're on the topic of copying things over, I want to point your attention to the SOCM Online Learning Resources area in D2L. Did you know we have this? I created it for everyone, and I have added, I believe, everyone into the class. If you try to search for this class and you can't find it, let me know and I'll put you in the section. But this is something I've created for all of us to use. I have developed a couple of importable content modules. Most of these are things that are relevant for online courses, but they're good to have in any course. Things like links to all of the student support services we have here at Kennesaw. I've got a little bit about career and internship connections. I'm going to be building that module out this semester. I've got some advising information. I also have an APA refresher unit, so those of you who teach APA style might find it helpful to import that unit, and there's a quiz you can use for your students to take. So any content that you see here, feel free to import and edit and use as appropriate. All right, so definitely think about the content that you want to copy over and definitely do that first. Now, the next thing you want to do is revamp your syllabi. I always encourage people to create your syllabus in HTML, and I know a lot of us prefer to have that beautiful PDF visual, or you just are a big fan of Word. My encouragement for HTML comes from the fact that I am not a detail-oriented person, and I inevitably have to change like 15 things throughout the course of the semester that were errors that I made because probably, again, not enough caffeine on the day that I wrote the syllabus. So if you have it as an HTML document, it makes it very easy for you to edit your syllabus throughout the semester. For example, whenever I realized here that I wanted to change around some of the assignments, if I scroll up here, past my rubric, my coursework, a lot of times I make mistakes in the number of points I want to offer for each assignment, as I realized I did earlier this week. If your syllabus is an HTML document, all you have to do, scroll down to the bottom, click Edit HTML, fix it on the screen, save it, and you're done. If you have your syllabus as a PDF or Word document, you have to find the file on your computer, you have to edit it there locally, then you have to save it, then you have to delete the file in D2L, then you have to upload. It's just a mess. So think about moving your syllabi to HTML. Once you've got it in HTML, you can easily download it and send it to Suzanne for storage on the iDrive. So that's my recommendation for your syllabi. Of course, there's a whole list of policies and procedures we need to include in our syllabi, so make sure you've got everything there that you need. But think about doing your syllabi in HTML. Another added bonus is that the students can access it and view it pretty easily regardless of what device they're using. A lot of times PDFs and Word docs don't play well with mobile devices, and we know our students are on their mobile devices on D2L a lot. If you have it as an HTML file, it'll pull right up for them at any time. And whenever we tell them to check the syllabus, we want that process to be as easy as possible. So think about an HTML syllabus as you're editing those syllabi this semester. Next thing you need to do, step 3, think about your gradebook. I think it's very important for you to start the semester with a fully developed gradebook. This way, the students have their roadmap, and even though they probably won't check out the assignment descriptions until much later in the semester, it's nice for them to be able to click on the grades tab on the first day and see a complete list of everything that they're going to have to do that semester. So I always make sure to spend a little bit of extra time tweaking my gradebook, and I try not to change anything in the gradebook throughout the semester. Think about whether you're doing a point system or a weighted system. If you need any help with setting up your gradebook at all, let me know. I can walk you through the process of what different types of gradebooks we have available in D2L, as well as how to set up bonus items. So anything you need to know about gradebooks, please feel free to let me know. The important thing is that you have a gradebook, that the assignments are going to be tied to what's in D2L, and that your students are, most importantly, clear on what assignments they're going to be doing this semester. Speaking of assignments, that's step 4. Make sure you've got an assignment folder for everything that your students need to submit that semester. In this particular class, it's a little different. It's a grad class, so they've got a final paper and a Hootsuite certification. I also have a long list of discussions for them to participate in, so think about those as assignments as well. And go ahead and it doesn't even really matter if you have all the content ready to launch in a hybrid class or face-to-face. Just get your assignments and discussions lined up and ready to go. It'll make things a lot easier for you and for the students too. So spend that extra time dealing with those assignments. Lastly, the last thing I encourage you to do is remember to include an introduction assignment. We know that this is pretty common in most of our classes. I include it in every online class that I teach and every hybrid class that I teach. It's a very easy way to introduce students to the world of discussion forums if they've never had a hybrid or online class. One thing I want to suggest to you as you build that introduction assignment, I'm doing something creative this year with mine. Instead of asking my students just to write a list of all the answers of all the questions that I ask them, like what's your name, where do you live, what's your major, what you do this summer, I'm encouraging my students to do their self-introduction in Adobe Spark. You know that we've got a big Adobe initiative happening this semester, and I think that the more we can incorporate Adobe-based assignments into our classes, the better that will be for our initiative, and the better it will be for students too. Adobe Spark is a completely free program. You don't need to pay anything to use it. It's web-based, and I really enjoy it. I actually have a model for them to follow. I've done my instructor introduction on Adobe Spark, and it looks something like this. Adobe Spark is great because it's easy to use. Really, a 5th grader could do it. So even if you're not tech savvy, I think you'll be able to figure it out. You can include pictures, you can include text, you can even include videos. So I've got my entire self-introduction here, easy to scroll through and get a glance, so look at my sweet family, of everything that you wanted to include in your self-introduction. So definitely consider doing something unique like that for your introductory assignment. I think students would appreciate the opportunity to be creative and would also appreciate the fact that you understand that discussions can get a little cumbersome and text heavy sometimes, and this might be a great way to avoid some of those problems. All right, those are my top 5 tips. Copy content, write your syllabi, make sure you've got your gradebook lined up, think about your assignments and introductions. Make sure you've got an opportunity for everyone to get introduced to each other in the class. And I wish you all the very best this semester. If I can help you out with anything at all, please contact me and let me know. I'm still in the Social Sciences building, room 5061. Email is the best way to reach me. I'll be holding open office hours this semester, as well as will make myself available for in-person and over the phone consultations too. Y'all have a great semester. We'll see all of you very soon.